Good morning, Collective, and welcome to Starseed Tarot. So for today, I wanted to discuss a particular topic, which is understanding that when you allow your ego to lead, you can end up losing everything that you have. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean to say is that we all have a higher self and a lower self. Our ego is part of our lower self. Now, our ego can protect us, but it can also work against us. And again, I feel it's part of balancing to learn which parts of the ego are healthy and should be held on to, and which parts of the ego should be released in order for us to elevate our energy and elevate ourselves into higher consciousness. Okay, so the majority of us have a certain level of self-awareness that the behaviors that we're engaging in, they're either good behaviors or bad behaviors, right? But some of the issues that can come in are when we don't translate the changes that we know we should be making into action. Okay. So what I mean to say with that is, when you know that you're behaving in a way that is egotistical, and you have continued in the same patterns for 6 years or more, and you refuse to change them in your actions. Maybe you have had innumerable conversations with someone, and someone has said to you, listen, the reason that I email you the way I have is so that we can discuss the issue. But you choose to see the situation as that person being desperate or as being a nuisance, and you tell them things such as, I don't even read your emails. I don't even read what you have to say. And you try and project this feeling of insignificance onto them because you yourself feel insignificant. You should understand that that person that you're trying to project that feeling of insignificance onto may actually have been very patient with you and willing to give you space and time to heal yourself. But you continually failing to show up in the ways that were requested and that would have allowed the connection to elevate to the next level in a way that would have been mutually beneficial and would have been or resulted in positive growth for both parties. Your failure to take on that healing for yourself so that you become less insecure and so that you start to love yourself so that you can give love to that other person has resulted in you losing them from your life. When they were locked outside of their house and they could not get in that day, and you told them, call me back when you've sorted the issue out, instead of showing up at their house out of concern, instead of calling on your own to make sure they were safe, instead of inviting them to your place so that they can stay there, so that they're safe. Understand that the lack of action is a reflection of your own selfishness. And so your selfishness projected onto a person that you claim that you love is the very same selfishness that is now being reflected back onto you. They no longer have the door open for you, because the door was open for over 6 years. Innumerable conversations were had, with you continuing to view them as someone who is desperate when it's not the case. Okay? And you continuing, to project these insecurities and false assumptions onto them. Once again, we reap what we sow in life. All right? And it's not one-sided, but karma comes knocking. Don't feel that someone needs you that much that they're going to sit and wait around for you forever. Personally speaking, I'm more than happy to spend the rest of my life alone. I'm okay with that. Did you know that? If the choice is between a selfish man or my independence and pouring into myself, first of all, just understand something. When the universe removes certain individuals from your vicinity, just know that it's for a higher reason. It's because the energy that would be put external to you is actually meant to be poured back into you. It is more important at this time that your energy be put into your own internal resources. And so when you understand that it's not a loss. It's actually an addition to your life, because that energy is now being put back into yourself that was being given needlessly out to others who took your kindness for weakness, or assumed that you would always be around and that they could continue with the bad behaviors and get away with it. Welcome to the school of hard knocks, my friend. Welcome. All right. I will clarify for you that I don't need you. I will only be with someone that I want to be with, not that I need to be with. And no amount of other people's intentionality to make me feel less than will affect that. I am a high priestess. I am fully aware of the love that was there. And I am fully aware of the effects of black magic around me. And I know that that's capable of a lot of energy manipulation. Okay? It's responsible for the energy manipulation. And it doesn't really bother me, because these people don't understand that their need to continually attack others, like continually, right? They don't understand that their restlessness and lack of peace that they're projecting onto others is a reflection of the lack of peace inside themselves. We don't need to internalize that lack of peace that they have as being our own lack of peace. Okay. And people have a very strange way of thinking that you are arrogant when you're self-confident. And there's a difference. Of thinking, that your life has been easy when the reason why you hold the beliefs that you do is because of how difficult your life has actually been. The reason why you're as strong as you are is because of the difficulties that you faced, right? Or in spite of the difficulties that you faced. Okay. You know that there's a higher reasoning for everything. Or you attribute a higher reasoning to everything that happens in your life. Which is why your energies do not match the vibrations of those who are still around you. You are now in perhaps isolation as your energy shifts into higher and higher frequencies. Along with it comes a greater awareness of your environment, greater awareness of relationship dynamics around you, greater awareness of the self-healing that you need to undertake so that you no longer allow certain energies in terms of people, places, and things to occupy your spaces when they don't deserve to be in your space. Overall, it's very big changes that are taking place. Very big. And those who are envious of you, those who would like to project their spite onto you, are not winning in this season. They're not winning in this season. And so their antics and their ante is only perhaps upped in an attempt to bring you down. And it's very sad. All right? For me, these are very sad behaviors because, I sit in, an Empress energy. I consider myself to be loving. I like to give love and receive love. I am honorable, and I would like honorable connections to also come to me. I'm kind, but I'm not gullible. I am all 4 queens in one. I have become that queen. Okay? I have become the woman who can use her intellect to bring herself out of difficult situations. I am the woman who can use her passion to blaze new trails that other people are afraid to go on. It's the Queen of Wands energy. I also embody the Queen of Pentacles, which is hard work, dedication, and commitment. Okay? But that commitment can only be given to me by somebody who is equally committed, not pretending to be. Because there are many player energies, right? Who come around and pretend to be loyal, and they're not. So I am extremely thankful, all right? I am sincerely thankful for the things that were removed from my life before they had a chance to fully start. Okay? And another side note that I would like to talk about as well is that in this season, people are going to realize that not all that glitters is gold. A person who's able to come into your world Stroke your ego and say, you know what, I'm here for you. You know what? I can give you all the things she can't give you. I can provide you with everything that she's not able to give you. I'm here for you. Let's talk. She's not able to talk calmly with you, but I can. Be careful of these deceptive energies. All right. Use your understanding of energy to see if the frequency or the energy behind the words that are being spoken are in alignment with the words that are being spoken. Taking on these impulsive and rash decisions to get involved with someone who actually has deceptive intent for you, but is pretending from a false mask to care more about you than your actual counterpart, is going to result in you losing your counterpart and losing the devilish energy too. These are extremely difficult lessons that some individuals in my vicinity are going to have to learn now. Because I am not a woman who is ever going to question her own worth. There was a time when I was younger where it may have been possible. Not now. And any belief on the part of a man who cannot see me correctly, that I have desperation in me, or that I need them, or treats me, in a demeaning manner, I'm not at that frequency anymore. I've closed out those cycles. And in this season, people are going to see that. And they're going to wish that they had actually invested the time that they should have, but it is a little too late. Too little too late. 6 years too little too late. While they were showing you patience, you continued to mistreat them. All right? A lack of loyalty is reciprocated in another form by another individual as a lack of loyalty directed back at you. Betrayals that you project onto people who would have been committed to you are betrayals that were then projected onto you. And there are very deep and meaningful lessons behind all of this. So I would encourage these individuals to take the time to reflect and understand the deeper meaning, why these betrayals are now happening to them, why they are caught up in situations that they would much rather be unencumbered by, why their lives are falling apart. It's because when you team up with people who are trying to destroy an innocent person's life, you team up with that person because you feel vengeant that that person has somehow rejected you or isn't now entertaining you, but you fail to take accountability and responsibility for the fact that you did not show up for 6 years. You are going to be shown very clearly the error of your ways. Okay? You are going to be shown in this season that your lack of action, your lack of sincere commitment in the ways that matter, through action and through kindness, are what has put you in your current situation. I'm sorry, but these are difficult lessons that need to be learned.